Hello, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, map number 2 underway. IHC start on the T side of their map pick, Nuke, to try and decide if they can take this one 2-0.
Alright, fast. Very, very fast towards A. Vacant. That's how the site's left as well. Cabal just, I don't know, mate, admiring the corner. I don't know what the game plan was there, but either way, it is indeed that T side looking pretty strong to begin with. And well, Spam's coming out impressive. He'll have himself one annihilation. The second NKT. 3 kills in the matter of a couple of seconds. And it is now Techno alongside Cabal here in the 2 versus 5. The bomb, only thing going for them right now is that it's halfway ticked. And so as long as they can keep delaying, it would look pretty good. But an oblivious Techno might just be the end of this round. Cabal needs a 1v3 and it's just not happening here. Very nicely done. The pickup for NKT. The pistol is theirs.
That's one of those things, again, we were saying for NKT, they want to find some success in towards Nuke. If they want to find a chance, it's the 3 maps, they have to kickstart pistols. They've been struggling on their pistols a little bit, even if it was Inferno, that second one, where they kind of had the man advantage, but then fumbled it. That was a kind of a big question. Well, that is much better. That retake really decent. IHC, post-spawn, not set up too well at all. As you mentioned, the bomb was half-ticked. All they had to do was buy time, and they didn't.
I mean, I can kind of get it. Sometimes you just got to swing and hope to catch someone off guard, which kind of hesitates the NKT side a little. But yeah, you are right. It is the pistol to their name, and definitely that hesitancy showing for the T side, as it is a bit of a weird one. We've got AKs, a Galil, Deagles, a Scout. It's very much the pick and mix, but more importantly, it's a man advantage for that T side. And a second kill to come in. Annihilation, only the 1-for-1. A 4v2 because Nine's found one as well. Okay,
hang on a second now. NKT left down to the 2. Of course, it is 2 M41Ss with an 8k in hand to score. And a collected one for Blitz too. It's sort of getting a little bit spicy. KT's going aggressive and it'll pay the price. Nine's FAMAS comes out on top. And it's Nine all alone in a 1 versus 4 to try and deny this round, going the way of IHC, and he has to pull off God's work. And now he's only got 2 points of HP. Surely this is done.
Gotta be. Got to be done. Bomb set down. And well, that 40-second time are going to continue to tick away and eat away at Zyn's attempts of winning this round. And I mean, he's not even going to give it one, right? Not even going to give it one. There's no point at all.
Okay. Expensive nice. At least, you know, it's a priority.
Not bad. Not bad at all. But, yeah, 1v2, no chance in this one, Neo. It's IHC to equalise off the back of a force buy.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they had such little investment going in towards this. Tap in a range. Score, clean things up. It's 1-1, tied apiece. And the most important thing, really, is that NKT come in towards the next round with nothing in terms of a real economy to go forward here. But it looks like they're going to force into it. Now, that is a big question mark because their force is going to be very different to IHC's. They're only going to have pistols.
Well, not ideal considering IHC themselves have rifles and a single SMG, and it's another fast play towards A, identical to the pistol. This time it ends with a more lower approach. It is down towards the ventilation system that they head. Dobu and KNTZ both with kills, and it's a 4v3. Another man advantage for the lesser buy here. NKT in a position to, well, push the boundary out, and that they will. It's a 4v2. Cabal and Techno now need a clutch between them.
It's going to be tough. Nades come through as well. Will put some damage. Yeah, EK does the majority of the work, though. Techno for a double. And now back into a 2 versus 2. It could be good enough. Cabal doesn't even acknowledge that there's potential for KNTs to peek behind that Molotov when he finds it. Looking for a double spray. I won't be able to do so. And NKT are going to be able to pull this one off with that retake just about. The only thing is about this retake, have they got enough time? I think he's just got it.
Yeah. It would just about have it. It's going to be dead close. But he's got it.
There we go.
2-1 NKT. They have themselves a follow-up. Forced by Mania. KNTZ's 3k to push themselves on the board to get one up. Wouldn't be surprised to see a force buy here from IHC. What a messy start to this game it's been so far, Neo. I mean, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
The T side can profit from this scenario as well. But ultimately, they're at the lower hand in this round here. Double AK, 1 Galil, 1 Scout, 1 Mac-10. And then PP Bison here on Impression. Clearly, Neo, someone's been watching your VODs. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it was, you know, I gotta say, for IHC, that was really poorly playing the C side. Dobu very, very lucky to stay alive.
Wow.
Now I'm gonna find one as well. Okay, hang on a second. Are we just gonna use 4 spies for the rest of this game? I'd be down.
I mean, listen, man. Apparently, it's the most exciting Counter-Strike and the most even between them, right? I don't know. We're 3 rounds in, now number 4, and it looks to be the 4 spies taking shape even more so than that of the more stable CT side investment. Scores having a good look towards outside himself. Impression caught blind. That man advantage settles in quite nicely here for IHC.
Well, score from above. He has a sound cue. And realistically, he can play aggro. It's only just a PP Bison. I mean, it's a P shooter. Dobu going to find one of his own in towards that secret. Impression will finally fall that Bison off the cards. He knows he went towards secret. The question is, did he take the fight?
Difficult to say. Noise being made at least. They know what the game plan is. Towards lower. That bomb going to be set down by Blitz. A kit on 2 of these players. So the retake, it is entirely doable. It is entirely possible that they can make the magic happen. Score going down as well. Surely this gives a bit of confidence and a bit of reassurance that the retake is doable here. At the same time, they're at the wrong site. They are clearing out A when it is indeed B. And so for them, okay, it is just the safe call now.
Yeah.
No problems at all. IHC to equalise once more.
Yeah, long gone. They're not even going to test those waters. Give this one up. They're free to kind of just allow IHC to not only pick up the round, but survive with the weapons intact too. They themselves, they know how important it is keeping those rifles ticking across in towards this next round, especially when we only see Blitz, you know, with a Mac 10. So not the end of the world for them, but much better. Much, much better from IHC. Nice opener comes forward. Good outside control coming through as well. And then all they have to do is just double down on that aggression. Once the post-bar is set up, they'll overextend this time, and it gives them the round.
No complaints, definitely not. IHC with a decent buy for NKT. I mean, not a bad one either, because there's a fair bit saved. So they absolutely could be looking to make things work in this round here. Still drops, fast spam towards the vents. See if anyone wants to go for the dive. Dobu giving it a good look. 9 in the meantime. He's going to try and clear out ramp as best as he can. Molly's dropped in. Impression, he's just going to sit behind a smoke. Ask for backup, Annihilation smoked off, and this Mac 10 and 9 has found a lot of the control.
Impression 5-7, gets a dink and actually the kill too. Looking for another, we'll be able to find it. Techno will trade, looks if I try and find one more. Molotov will deny a little bit of that presence. Cabal as well, he's giving away his ruse, and with half HP, he needs to be extremely cautious because this M4 can chip him away.
Sign, such an oppressive angle. Such a good look to have. Score, he'll find one though, and that man advantage tipped in favour of the T side once more. And this is just promising. This is so promising now. Nice shot from Carbol as well. That is exceptional. The fact that he expects Zine to be there. I don't know, man. How do you explain it? How do you explain it?
Not too shabby of a shot at all, is it? Bombs go down. And I think now...
Another save. NKT will be calling for it. 1 M4, 1 AK. One hell of a dream in the next round if they want to see themselves through. This looks very comfortable now for IHC. They continue their streak. Finally, the force by curse is broken. We have ourselves a team that can put together more than a single round in a row.
Well, I don't know, you know. Potentially, Team NKT could force into the next. I mean, they got 2 rifles.
Yeah, but they won the last round, though, right? So, because it was a save. A triple save in the last round, double save in this one.
True.
So it is finally that IHC going to get themselves a couple of rounds together, stringing together some decent success. Ultimately, a man advantage, or rather a round advantage, but a couple of men down at the end of that round. The M4A1S going to find some on the escape. But IHC 3-2 ahead.
Wait and see. It was round number 6. You mentioned there's that round in their favour and a much better buy to. Only 1 AK for NKT, not too much.
Oh, wow. CZ, mate. Classic. 9 going to be caught blind. Mac 10 in his pocket. If he can find KNTZ, that is a fair few kills that look very free. KNTZ expects a flashbang of some sort. Not going to get it. Instead, a molly from 9. Now isolating his AK. Got to be careful, though, because it will find the one-shot headshot. Zyme finds another. And now it's an eco that's going to win the round.
This surely not like this. Otherwise, I'll score into a 5 versus 2. I mean, I never would have expected this in any way to go my favorite NKT. They have 1 AK coming into this round. And Zion's been got to work, tapping a range, finish trying to deny. At least that rotation can do. The bomb will be able to go down.
Nicely done. AK will find the first, but still so many bodies to find. That nade is looking very juicy. Blitz to find a second. No way. The flanking looks too good. Oh, score! He's done so well. Blitz, low ammunition in the AK of Dobu, and that is exceptional. Should never have been in that situation to begin with, Neo. But the fact that IHC win that round is criminal in of itself. And with that, it is indeed a force on the ball for IHC. I don't know, mate. I love it. For one, I'm a big fan of the work that they just put in that scenario. At the same time, should never have been in that scenario to begin with. So agreed. What's the go-to? What am I meant to think about this?
Oh yeah, never should have been there is probably the best way to put it. But the fact that they got down to 2 versus 5 and fumbled it is really questionable. 9 already down to 10 points of HPs. Very fortunate to stay alive, and it won't be for much longer as an aid from KNTs will close things out.
Good start. NKT hungry for a win, especially how nail-bitingly close it got at the end of it. Smoke's dropped in. Very, very humble starts by the looks of things. Want to make sure with this man disadvantage, IHC can absolutely make the most out of it. Flash dropped in. Very nicely taken care of. Techno, he'll find one. Annihilation through the smoke finds the response, though. And the retaliation plays just doing one better. That man advantage for the T side, and well, even better than that, Annihilation, he finds a second as well. That
was a classic case of being in 4-3 there, didn't spot him up to his right-hand side. Of course, we do, we're in the 16-9 era, but either way, this one should be a third now for NKT. It's a 2 versus 4. We said this in the round prior, and we know how that one panned out, so for the time being, see how this one goes. 30 seconds to work with, 2 players making their way over towards A, and there's 1 player in top holding them, and should be able to lock things out.
Spam coming out, Zion. There you have it. It's brilliantly done. 1 more man for the job. KNTZ, he'll find the last. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a third on the ball for NKT in the game. However, I do want to sort of stress the fact as well. We're in a position that they're on the CT side. NKT should be ahead at this point. They should be able to get themselves a sustainable economy. We know how CT-sided this map can be, and we know how good IHC can be on this map especially. So, you know, what's our thoughts here? Surely this is going to be a recovery story that still needs to continue. This is one that they need to build up something massively from. Sure, this is a good start, but I want to be a little more convinced before I jump on the bandwagon that NKT have a chance of winning this game.
Yeah, you got to remember, this is one of the most CT-sided maps in the pool, right? I mean, we normally say 6 rounds of the T-side is good enough, and IHC have already, you know, collected themselves 4 and score. That's a beautiful shot. Annihilation will find himself 1. Flash won't cash them too much, but they have crossed down towards Secret.
Nicely done, KNTZ. 1 second, Zyme the third. Techno last man left here in a 1 versus 4. Good for the first. Still 3 hungry NKT players wanting to close the gap and tie the game. Annihilation, he'll be given the privilege to do so. 4 all heading into round 9.
4-4. As we stand, it's safe to say that we're having a bit of a game on our hands compared to the start of map number 1, in which IHC just ran away with this one. At least this one's even, but it's as we were kind of mentioning, we'll go back and say about it. This is one of the more CT-sided maps in the pool. For IHC to already be on to 4 rounds really isn't too bad at all. Even if they find just 6 and a pistol round into the second half, that's good enough.
Yeah, absolutely doable. We are. Spam going away. Annihilation having a good look towards outside. Nothing too much found just yet. The M4A1S. Nice to see as well, by the way, that Everyone, at least by the looks of things on NKT, still using the A1S. Are you an A4 fan, or are you...
No.
No?
It's garbage.
Mate, I love the A4.
I hate the spray control. I hate it. It's all over the place. Well, I hate the spray control because I'm so like fine-tuned to the A1S now. And to be honest, I was gonna kind of mention this if you ever got like a tech pause or anything along those lines, but
yeah.
You know, realistically, like, you know, the new patch notes come through, 20 bullets for the A1S. I don't think it's too big of a change.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I really don't think it makes too big of a difference.
I think it needs to be put into the ground a little bit more. Or what I was saying, actually, I would find really interesting is if they put the A1S back to 25 bullets, but made it 3100.
3100.
And then the M4A4 2900.
Okay.
Then what do we say? Because you're sacrificing 5 bullets and a little bit of extra cash for the silencer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be a big fan of seeing how that works, right?
Yeah,
and what I would like to see as well is if you were able to switch mid-game, you know?
Okay.
Like you could choose between the A1S and the A4, because I think it's, you know, very dependent on the CT side. Depends on where you play. You can change between maps, sure, but I don't know. I'd just like to see the attempt at least.
No, I do agree. I think realistically the only thing that this change has stopped is that you can't spam smokes as much. That's realistically all that's been happening.
Yeah.
It's only by 5 bullets. That's the only big difference they've made for me. You know, it's still so strong in terms of body shots. You know, it takes 4 bullets to kill with an M4A1S and 5 with an M4A4, and that's the big difference. Again, though, good starts for NKT here. 2 kills already gone their way. 5 versus 3. IHC, despite it being a 4-buy, not looking too good right now. I mean, they've barely even got out of their own spawn.
Does look pretty comfortable, doesn't it, here for the NKT boys? Should be looking good for a 6th. Slow, methodical here in the 5 versus 3 scenario. IHC desperately wanting to get back into things. I don't know what the game plan is here. If you were IHC, what would you be looking to do here, Chief? I'm a big advocate of the old hell wrap like we're seeing here. At the same time, do you think a save call would be ideal? I mean, the money here for the T side isn't ideal.
Yeah, it's not great. And they've already lost so much control that you really start to ask a couple of questions. Go down towards B. It's really risky. It's tough to kind of break your way out down towards ramp as well. But they might be able to get a bit of timing to at least give them something to work with. It's just one man of impression towards backside. It's going to be tough to clear. He needs to buy some time for the rotation. That's it. Going aggressive. Going to find himself 1. Looking for 2. Connects as well before he's traded 9 with a double. Makes it a 1 versus 3, but this round's done.
Over, no saved weapons, and 9. He's got to be careful not to die after time, and that he does. No cash, no weaponry, and nothing to show for round 10's defeat. It's 6-4, NKT. Despite the wonky start, they've got a heavenly lead now. Money over the IHC side and weaponry. And even a P90 on impression. What is going on, mate? A PP Bison? Now a P90? I don't know. I think I'm going to have to be a little bit more convinced.
Yeah, I'm not looking too hopeful right now. Impression with a P90. I do like the P90, I gotta say. It's just still, you know, it's the god gun for a reason. Annihilation holding a range. What can he find? Should be a freebie. As in fact dinked. What a shot that is. He drops down and 2 have crossed towards Secret.
Still impressive starts or on the broader angle. Whatsoever is there. Spam. Oh, okay, not bad, not bad. It's Dobu and Zine to pick up the kills. I thought Annihilation should have been in for an extra, but no. The freebie's given away to the rifles as KNTZ will mop up the remaining 2. 7-4 Neo, NKT in front.
Easy stuff, to say the least. That's NKT. They're at least giving themselves some room to work with, at least kind of making this so they can kind of build up a bit of a gap before going in towards the second half on the quite tough T side. I mean, know how poor NKT's T side as well was in towards Inferno, and you'd expect Nuke to be even tougher just because of, you know, how this map is natured. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Fullback coming out for IHC, or not in their hands is going to be that biggest issue for them, as of course Annihilations, he's been picking them apart.
Flash has dropped in. Nicely done. Oh, score. Techno, what?
Oh no.
Dude, that's your teammate. You don't go shooting him. You don't go shooting him at all. Oh, that's disappointing. Now down to 2. IHC, it's gone from bad to worse here. Absolutely bad to worse.
It's horrible to watch, really.
Techno. Good for one. Kabbalah second. No. Now a 2v2. Bomb in the back pocket of Techno. Still that could be used to get that C4 down. They're going to need to do something about it. Zyne towards Secret. KNTZ towards the upper side of the map. 45 seconds. They slam on the brakes. They don't push forward. They sit, chill, happy in this scenario. Knowing NKT now, they're not going to be in a comfortable position whatsoever.
I mean, NKT have really no read on them. They could have so easily double back towards lobby and they have no idea. They have to play this one so passive and hope and pray they walk into them.
Be careful. Smoke dropped in. KNTZ, he'll get in front of it. No one checks. No one checks the angle. Cobble now left in the 1 versus 2. Will spot the man out. Good spam damage takes him down. Saw the player coming from it, but Zyne won better. He'll find the trade, and with that, NKT up to an 8th. Mighty close, though. Should have been a lot further apart than what it was. Down to the 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, the way things started as well, I mean, it really looked awful. Again, I was kind of really questioning that peak from 9 going back in towards Garage. He just gives away a freebie, and I think potentially as well, with 909 just committed to the secret play, we could have been a completely different story. Not to be. NKT guaranteed themselves a lead. Up to 8 is now a question of how far they can take it.
Spams, nades, everything. Blitz fast towards main. Got one and a second kill. Blitz. Oh, good God, Blitz. An entry like no other. 9's third. 1.5 by. They had a hero AK, and he conquers the A site solo. It's Dobu against 5. What's just happened?
Dobu going to find himself one at the very least. But that's all he's going to find, surely. Exit frag is what he has to try and commit to. Blitz. In the name, in the game, it's a 3K for him as he just holds W. I mean, the surf towards Garrett, or Hot, may I say, you know, outside main area, flying his way down, jumps down, kills the guy top hot, and that's the big important kill. That guy top hot is the kind of the anchor for NKT to deny A presence, and when he falls, the round opens up. Look where we stand now, IHC up to 5. I hope for the golden number is 6, and potentially this could be them finding it.
And IHC playing the game of chase, as you said. Get the ideal goal, definitely can be doable, but more importantly, have a chance still of closing that gap even further. An 8-7 scoreline isn't exactly out of everyone's vision right now. This is a beautiful entry from Blitz, and despite some hiccups, that is a lot of riflery given over to a T side that needed it. And in round 14, the penultimate one of the half, NKT, they have to dig deep in their pockets and rebuy those lost weapons.
Yeah, that's it. Digging deep, and I mean, I don't think they're really going to face any economic problems towards the end of this half, but even still, it's just making them feel a little bit more uncomfortable. For IHC, that fullback coming out, of course, 9 with the AWP is what we want to see. That's where he finds a lot of his success. He's been a little bit quiet as well thus far, so maybe that orb can start to help him tick across. Can they find 6 is the answer. Is the question, may I say, what is the answer?
Smoke's dropped in. Spam out Dobu. His vision obstructed by the T-side utility impression. Now this is cheeky. This is audacious. Annihilation with the first. Blitz will find the second though. 4v4. That is the lobby control regained. The advanced positioning of impression, I think, hurts them more than it helps.
NKT's, though, he can find himself one. Now there's definitely room for them to just lock out lobby. Only one player towards Hot, which they really have to be cautious of. And 9, you can't expect too much from him here. Clears the close right. Cautious of lobby. Finds KNT's. Would he expect the second towards door, though?
3 versus 3. They need this kill score. Does one better. That's the main position. Overridden. He will eventually walk into the guillotine of Zyne, but you don't expect the follow-up. And the Orp's the last man left, trying to hold things down as 9 jumps into the jaws of the Orpa. And in a 1v2, Annihilation has them both. 9-5, NKT score highly.
Really nice done. Really, really nicely done once again. I mean, it looks super worrying when I think, you know, immediately they lost a lot of their initial kind of control, but NKT, they're building up a lead. They can even find double digits here as well. IHC, I think they're starting to crumble on that T side. We mentioned how difficult it can be, and it's showing exactly the same way. Now, no AWP is the final round of the half.
Oh, Zyne. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. What a way to open things up. Through the smoke, finds the man advantage. More importantly, IHC, this could be only 5 on the T side. It looks so promising now. Feels so distant.
Yeah, distant, I think it's the right way to put it. Really not looking too great right now, and Annihilation might get a freebie in a second.
Orp on the angle. Blitz has got to be very careful. Taking their time. My word, is this slow. Smoke drops in. There you go. Second, the Orp finds the mark. Effortlessly taken care of. Goes for a second flick. Now, that would have been slick, but no. Not meant to be. 4v3. Still manageable here for IHC to win themselves a 6th.
It's doable. I mean, for IHC, we've seen them come back from that 2 versus 5 previously, so I'm going to count them out now. Does get a freebie. Zayn will fall. Molotov as well. Denies that rotation back through Ben. It's impression has to deny from backside once again. Look for the first. Finds it. Can he make it 2? No. Beat that open. Bomb to go down.
And it's free for the taking. NKT nowhere near to deny. KNTZ will find the first. So Techno now left in the clutch. A 1 versus 2 scenario, and unfortunately, too many angles, not enough eyes, not enough hands to have weapons holding it all. And with that NKT, it's double digits. It's 10-5 at the halftime whistle, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to head to a break, of course. When we are back, a second half underway. NKT 6 to the finish line to take us to a decider.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Hello, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half underway. IHC only able to take a 5 rounds of their T side. The question is, can they do anything better on now the much more favourable CT?
Well, no time to wait and think because it's fast towards A, and 9 lines up 2 with the Julies, looking good. 2 guns better than 1, supposedly, for 9. It's a 3rd kill coming in for Blitz. Doesn't matter what the T side throw him at this point. It's a 2v4. A lightning way to start the pistol win. It only goes in the way of IHC. Heroics from 9.
Not done a fair just yet, but in a 2 versus 4, it's so difficult to work with here. 9 can hold him waiting towards top part. He's got someone holding his single door as well. Oh, not for much longer. Dobu, his Glock finds one.
Dooley's continuing to show what's up. That is brilliant to see. Just makes it look too easy, doesn't he? I can tell you now, I've used the Dooley's a couple of times, and I promise you, it is not as easy as he makes it look. Impression will be good for a few. Not all bad, dropping down the vent system, taking a good chunk of damage to the molly. But a 1v2 scenario, and to set the bomb down, it's not bad going for an economy that definitely did need it, but doesn't even... Oh, he does get it. I was going to say, that was like a tick away from not being collected, but no. Does get it in the end, Neo, no problems at all, but the pistol round goes in the way of IHC. A needed start for them on their CT side campaign.
So, yeah, they needed it. We said a pistol round is something to kickstart a bit of success coming through. I guess for NKT, though, they do get that bomb down, which allows them to force in if they want to. I think it'd be super risky to force in here, but I mean, I guess they could do. We've seen a couple of teams go for those Mac 10 Galil buys, and that's actually what they're going to do. They're going to go for the Galil Mac 10 buys. They don't favor in terms of firepower, but they could just use that sort of element of surprise. Annihilations, he's only got a deagle.
Not ideal, is it, here for NKT? Definitely is doable for them to, do their thing and prevail in this round with this force buy here. 4 Galils. Door swung open, back and forth between the 2 sides. Techno, he'll find 1. Angle not checked, score. He's got the mark as he finds a 2nd nearly as well. No, denied. KNTZ, he'll get flushed out by the M4 of 9, who's good for a double. And Blitz's positioning just too good. A very quick way to kickstart this second half. IHC, 2 rounds already.
There we go. Already, IHC starting to make this a competition. They're trying to make this an even affair, right? And of course, now you look in towards the next round, it's not really going to be too good towards NKT. Only upgrade pistols come through. Can't expect too much. They haven't even got any utility.
Yeah, there's no complaints, is there, here for IHC to find themselves an 8th nade. Dropped in. Okay, well, I thought it was going to do a little bit more than it did already. Blitz will find the first. Tapping away, looking for a 2nd headshot. Overwhelmed by the amount of outside presence that NKT are trying to show in the meantime. Score has gone down, so 4v4. FAMAS giving away to Zine as well. Scary.
And I think, Score... while he may have gone down, I think that should be one of the only kills they found. Especially towards that side with Secret. They could actually be able to make the cross. They had no utility and they just ran. They all go down towards B, and there's a couple of players there to meet them. That outside control, though, slightly lackluster, does give them at least a wrap over towards the side. Cabal's going to be tested momentarily.
Definitely got to be careful, doesn't he, with this positioning. Impression and Annihilation making their way down towards the single door. Cabal, timing. Not going to be on his side. We'll have a look back at the good moment. Door swung open. No, he turns away. Literally as the door opens. Now that is timing. Bomb set down. 4v3. Man advantage for the T side.
Oh, big nade coming in. Tekno's still not rotated. I don't know what his idea is right now. As one towards window. The ramp player of Annihilation gets the freebie. When he was getting any more questions is answered momentarily. KNT finds Blitz too. Is Tekno on a long, slow rotate. Finally makes way here. And he could be tempted to stick it, in fact.
Taps it. The gun drops. That would have masked everything. Now he'll go in. Gonna stick it. Turns his head. Back showing. Only a 2nd left. NKT. Oh my good God. KNTZ. A narrow margin, but that's an 11th on an eco. They win. That's embarrassing for IHC. They should be winning that game all day, or that round there all day long. That should have been theirs.
Agreed. I mean, that's a round they never should lose, ever. There's no excuses there. It was just poorly played. I mean, even towards that CT hole. I mean, I guess you can say unlucky for that 1 kill from upper, but even still really, really badly played once again. Blitz overextends, gets caught in transition. Yeah, it's just... Horrible to watch, you know, for IHC. This buy-in towards round 19, it's pretty brutal.
Bobu finds the opening kill. Confident. Blitz will drop down. Having a good look as well towards the secret angle, but a man disadvantage. We're going to need him to step up, or at least anyone on the side of IHC to step up, because right now, things looking quite abysmal.
I mean, not looking too good right now. Techno, though, finding himself one. At the very least, that's better than nothing. Can he make it a second? Just running towards lobby. Zine testing those waters, and he could be costly, but he will be able to find that kill.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit sloppy, right? Bit disappointing to see. Bomb sec down. This is going to be another round in the way of NKT. A 12th on the board. A 3-mapper looking likely, Neo. Very, very likely.
Yeah, no, agreed. I mean, things are looking really good right now for Team NKT to push us towards that third map. The way things are playing out, Dust 2 on those cards, because IHC, they look just a little bit lost.
Not ideal, is it? Not ideal at all. Bomb ticking away. And it will not change. The result stands of a 12-7 scoreline score. Could be in for a few. Now that is quite embarrassing. He will eventually find one. Annihilation, 3 points of health. Is he going to go forward to try and get the gun? No, he just runs away. Wants to save the MP9. And, well, I mean, it could have been a lot more. But then again, he could have died. So we'll take it for now. But it is a 12-7 scoreline. 4 steps away from the final map. A deciding map in this best of 3 between NKT and IHC. Dust 2 could be on the cards.
I mean, the way things are playing out, it's looking like, I mean, IHC really look unstable right now. It's not what we'd hope from them at all. But of course, in towards this next round, it's M4 minutes and MP9. That's all they've got.
Definitely not the most promising of starts as well, considering, as you said, the weaponry isn't good. Blitz making things a 4-on-4, so not the worst in the world. Definitely is manageable, but ultimately, considering the investment that we talked about moments ago, not ideal whatsoever to see that this is the scenario. And well, here we have it. Okay,
Easy.
Zed will find one, Zeus. Oh, okay. I like it, I like it. 1v2, this is manageable for 9.
Yeah, I mean, we take those. We absolutely take those. 9 of a Diva as well. Nearly given a freebie. As Impression walks straight into it. But no, up to 13. NKT only 3 rounds away from pushing us to our third map decider as IHC on their pick. As we said, not looking too comfortable at all.
Three away from the ultimate goal of 16.
I think it's going to happen. I mean, honestly,
yeah, it's solid, doesn't it?
I see look in a brutal fashion. I mean, they might only have kind of 1, potentially 2 4-buys left in them.
It's not promising whatsoever. It's just not looking too likely. Just a gap too far gone. Cobble will find the first. Not a terrible scenario to be in. Man advantage, at least. Question is how far they run with it. I think at this point in time, it's definitely looks distant. As long as they find these man advantages, work out the rounds ever so slowly. I don't know. I think that they'll have a good chance. They'll have a good chance still to recover. Whether they get themselves fully into this game and obviously take it in 2, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
That's the question. I mean, out towards A, they're still trying to test those waters. Utility in the face can't deny a bit of presence for the time being. Under a minute on the clock to work with, too. Numbers favour IHC here, but this has to be a dominant round because they don't have a long-term economy. This can't be costly for them, or their buy-ins was next going to be brutal.
Well, he's dropped in. Util out. Techno surviving ever so slowly by this this smoke grenade here. Slowed the pace completely with 25 seconds. They've got to get a move on here. IHC prepared for the A push. Techno messy spray will find one through the vents, but it's down to 2 with score and 9. Both kills. Annihilation 1 versus 4. Good for the first 2, but time not going to be on his side. 9 seconds left. Picks up the bomb, drops down, but there's just no time to get this planted.
No.
He's just going to have to save the weapon here. It's an 8 on the board for IHC. The gap is down to 5.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Just safe. Just keep hold of what you've got, because cannot afford to let this one drop into the wrong hands. And oh, that's exactly what we see. Up to 8, as we mentioned about, it's a 5-round deficit. Still a long road to success. And I think for NKT in that round, it was just about them leaving things too little too late to actually really be able to pull up a fairly decent execute. They couldn't clear those angles in time. They couldn't get the utility off. And for IHC, they just held down and, you know, waited for the mistake to come through.
Nades poured in early towards the upper side of A. The M4's going to get tested. Zyne and Annihilation both with kills. Techno at least will find a response with the molly. Zyne 3 points of health. Not the worst situation to be in here for the CT side, but things got desperate for a second there.
Well, no. 3 vs 3. Zyne low on HP, and Nine's going for a nice trap as well. They can give them the bomb plant. The post one's become set up as he spotted he is. Dobu finds a freebie.
Carbol, oh, he's gone as well, down to 1. Blitz has got it all to do. Surely this is a save. That's poor. Another round that I see, you know, sure it's a 3v3 and it's post plant, but look at the HP of Zyne. This is such a winnable round. You take your fights together, you win, but it's 1 by 1. Both players push in, and Blitz just the innocent bystander to a massive mistake here for IHC. 14 on the board. And well, I think any considerations of this series being done in 2 quite quickly thrown out of the window. Blitz is going to save, and ultimately, 2 from victory. NKT moving that peg slowly but surely to 16.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is done. I think this is just going towards going to be NKT taking us to that decider to really sort of build on what has not been a great just map. Generally speaking, both the T and the CT side from IHC have been really lackluster. I mean, thus far they only found 3 rounds on their CT side. It's just simply not good enough.
Not ideal at all, is it? Mag 7, MP9, scouts, and no head for score. That's a brilliant first kill. The second one as well. NKT, nice shot from 9, but it doesn't matter what you throw at this T side. They just seem to be 1 step ahead.
They do. Looking good. Now, of course, the bomb down, the post one sets up against this sort of firepower. Again, I think they probably want to save this, especially Blitz, right? Don't test those waters. Just keep hold of what you've got. And they're doing exactly that. Nine doing exactly the same as well. He's found 1 with the scout, but he wants to keep it taken across. They cannot afford to let those weapons either be dropped or, you know, not saved into the next, or they've got no chance. I try and deny NKT taking this one at 16-8. They're up to 15. They're 1 round away. And Retro, I think we can more or less pretty comfortably say we can have conversations about Dust 2 now.
Are you a fan of Dust 2?
No, hate it.
No?
Worst map in the pool, in my opinion. The map that needs to be dropped. But weirdly enough, it's so commonly played. Like, even at conference last week, I think it was probably the most played map there. So I don't like it because it's sort of boring to a degree. I just think it's really stale because it's been in the pool for such a long time. But you know, everyone says like, oh, you know, change Mirage, but I'd rather Dust 2 be changed personally.
Dust 2. Yeah, agreed. I think I don't know. If I have to play it, I will. But I'm a massive fan of the idea of that map being replaced in the grand scheme of things. I think, you know, it's not the greatest map in the pool. I think there's definitely room for improvement. Other maps maybe. Nice shot from Scorer. It is a 4 versus 4. Now made down to 3. Techno trying to escape with his life. That wallbang narrowly avoiding death. But he's got himself a way back in here. Brilliantly taken care of. 4 versus 3. Is this going to be a ninth now for IHC?
Potentially. I mean, numbers favour them. The firepower doesn't, though. That's the question mark. Cabal close and personal. Did he spot it? Yeah, there he is. The Mag 7 and that sort of range not going to cause too big of an issue. Now they can rotate down towards ramp and for free.
Causing more problems. And as you said, down towards the lower site. Completely on their own. MP9 of Score looking to get involved, but ultimately, hey, Molly realistically should force him away, but it keeps him around, and well, that'll find 1 kill, a 2v2, but Techno's HP left low, more or less to the hands of 9 here to keep them involved here on Nuke.
I think so. I think so indeed. I mean, all down to this. The pressure gonna find. I think this may be done. It's Techno versus Annihilation tonight. Low on HPs. He spots out. Annihilation might just want to play contact.
I mean, it's doable. He's got to pick up the bomb. There's only 20 seconds left of this round. Annihilation still yet to pick it up. Will eventually scoop it. Techno makes his way towards single door. Annihilation. Right, clicks the smoke. Taps the bomb. 7 seconds.
GG.
There we have it. Map 2 in the bag. It's NKT to take us